Yes.
The Majority Leader.
I ask unanimous consent the call to quorum be terminated.
Without objection.
I now ask that the Senate proceed to period of morning business and is allowed to speak for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
Mr. President, for the benefit of all the senators and the staff, people have worked very, very hard. Lots of senators. 20 senators have been involved, many more off and on, but 20 on a continual basis for all day today, and even last night. The amendment is ready, but we have to make sure that it's ready. I've been to a few of these rodeos, and we have to make sure, Mr. President, that the amendment that has been worked on all day is going to be one that is the final one, because we don't want to have an amendment and then have to deal with it some other way. So what we're going to do is tomorrow come in at 10:30, and hopefully at that time we be in a position to move forward on this legislation. But right now it would be senseless for us to stay in more tonight because it's simply not going to be ready before midnight. So, Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent. Senate proceed to S-Res 179 and 180.
Without objection, the clerk will report en bloc.
Senate Resolution 179 to constitute the majority party's membership on certain committees for the 113th Congress or until their successors are chosen. S-Res 180, making minority party appointments for the 113th Congress.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent the resolution to be agreed to. The motion to reconsider be laid on the table en bloc. There be no intervening action or debate.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I now ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business day, it adjourn until 10:30 a.m. Friday, June 21st. That following the prayer and the pledge, the morning hour be deemed expired. The adjournment proceeding to be approved to date. The time for the two leaders will be reserved for use later in the day, and that following any leader remarks, the Senate resume consideration of S-744, the immigration bill.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I really appreciate the presiding officer for being here for the extended period of time that you have. Grateful to you. Today, as always, the state of Maine is very fortunate to have such an accomplished statesman here in the Senate. If there's no further business to come before the Senate, I ask that it adjourn under the previous order.
The Senate stands adjourned until 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, Friday, January 21st. June 21st. It's late.
The Senate today continued work on the immigration bill from a bipartisan group of 8 senators. 2 Republican senators, John Hoeven and Bob Corker, announced they'd reached an agreement with the so-called Gang of 8 senators who wrote the immigration bill. The agreement would require 700 miles of border fencing, double the size of the Border Patrol, set up a $3 billion border security plan, including helicopters, drones, thermal imaging, and other high-tech security measures along the U.S.-Mexico border. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid has said he wants to hold a final passage vote on the immigration bill before the July 4th recess. Coming up on C-SPAN 2, a former and the current Secretary